Hello and welcome to the Daily Brown Bag. Today we're going to be talking about Google and the HARO penalty. I'm Chad Hill and I'm joined by Adam Setzer.
Yeah, good afternoon, Chad. Welcome to the Brown Bag. We're talking about the HARO Google penalty. If you're not familiar with HARO, Help a Reporter Out. It's a service that's become quite interesting, and there's some rumors flying around today, so we wanted to cover the news. But first, the backdrop. What is this? Well, this is a real business PR professional service that's used by marketers and publishers alike, and it does help connect reporters who are looking for specific information with folks who might want to earn their way into the story. You sign up for the service. It is free, and it does run based on email updates when reporters are putting out queries. You can also, of course, use Twitter to follow it. So an example here would be, Chad, like the USA Today reporter is looking to put out a query looking for, let's say, farmers to talk about the drought that's happening in California, how it will impact crops this year. And so you can see where this facilitates communication flow of information and helps stories be more fact-based, because it's a resource that a lot of people in PR then use to, if they're trying to get a story out or have something to say, they get to that reporter. Now, there is no promise of a link, nor is it required whatsoever, and so that's where I think the discussion gets very interesting. And it is important to note that HARO is owned by Vocus, who also owns PR Web. So in terms of this penalty rumor that's flying around about help out a reporter, Chad, what do we know? Well, what's really happening here?
Yeah, well, there's an SEO consultant, Bill Hartzer, and he basically was working with a client who had been hit with a Google manual action. And so he was working through trying to clean up their links and submit a reconsideration request. And the story that at least is written here is that when Google rejected one of his reconsideration requests, which happens pretty frequently, they gave some specific examples, and those examples included this HARO mention. Now, as people dug into it, what really turns out that it happened is that actually the original story that was written through the Help a Reporter Out channel did not have a link, but somehow, whether it was another SEO company that was working for this client or the client, had taken that content and sort of republished it a few times, adding in a link, which then I guess had set off some trigger, some alarm bell over at Google when they were reviewing the reconsideration request that maybe this was not up to snuff, duplicate content, et cetera, and so they flagged it. So I think really the original alarm bell, Adam, here was that, oh my gosh, Google's actually cracking down on HARO, which is sort of goes right to the heart of just how PR works. But it sort of turns out maybe the story's a little more nuanced.
Yeah, this actually sounds like quite a false alarm. So if what you're saying is true, and it was some variation of content, maybe duplicate content, and who knows what was going on with the links there, then you're right. There maybe is not much of a story here, but I can see why people are on pins and needles, because with the actions that Google's been taking lately around guest blog posting and the forums in which people meet to coordinate those activities, this is a forum where people meet to coordinate PR activities and reporters and people who have facts and are pushing stories. But so I think that broader discussion that everybody's really interested in is just how far is Google going to take this, and there has been some criticism and some heat saying, wait a minute, you want an internet based on links and high quality things and editorially earned placements, and PR, of course, has worked on some of those same principles for years and years. So I would be pretty surprised if there really was a penalty here, Chad. I would take it you would feel the same way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to me, this was sort of it was a sensational headline, because it's like it really was right at the heart of PR. But I think as you dig in, this is what Google, when you really read between what Google is saying, you have to believe this is what they want. They want people, real experts out being cited and referenced in content. This is what the internet and links are all about. It helps readers when you're reading a piece of content and you see a citation or a quote by a person. It's useful to be able to click on that link and go read more about them, whether it's their company or their profile or a Wikipedia entry about them. I mean, that's what the internet's all about from really the beginning.
Right. So the news today is that this is a false alarm. As far as we know, Help a Reporter Out still in good standing and still very high quality. They vet their reporters, and what comes out of there is very high quality stuff, which is why some of the best news outlets in the world actually use it. As far as we know, the internet is still in balance. That's still the way things work, and we can all breathe the sigh of relief. But we'd like to hear your comments and your first reaction and this whole philosophical debate about what's been going on with Google penalties. Drop us a comment and please subscribe. We'll see you back at the Brown Bag tomorrow.